He's masterful. The shit that he did was amazing. And his strategy was amazing. And Wilder kind of looks awkward at times, but if he hits you once, you're fucked.
Yep.
Even if you're one of the greatest boxers of all time. For a guy that big, he moves so well. His jab's incredible.
Listen, Chisora's not easy. Do you know what I mean? He's a tough man. He's not an easy guy to beat. Obviously, I wasn't impressed with Wilder, but I was more impressed than I thought. If that makes sense.
I probably was on similar to the judges, like relatively close, but I probably did have a Wilder in for a round or so, something like that. Maybe just off a little bit of a cleaner work. So yeah, look, I would have loved for Derek to go out on a win and go off kind of with his moment and his time and what I would call kind of his arena as well.
Joe Rogan has shared his reaction to the fight between Deontay Wilder and Derek Chisora. He said it was great to see both fighters return to the ring and gave strong praise to Wilder's boxing ability and knockout power.
Tough he is. How much pain and how much punishment he endured and still.
Meanwhile, Mike Coppinger tweeted, "Sloppy fight, but a highly entertaining heavyweight slugfest, about as good as bad fights get." Deontay Wilder secured a split decision victory, helped by 2 knockdowns of Derek Chisora, giving the veteran renewed momentum and likely setting up another big payday. Joe Rogan also praised Wilder, noting that regardless of his opponent's strategy, he remained dangerous, showed impressive speed, and demonstrated why he is still considered one of the top heavyweights.
Drag him deeper and deeper and deeper into these horrible waters filled with crocodiles.
Meanwhile, Derek Chisora said he disagreed with the scorecards and argued that the ring ropes were too loose, which caused his stumbles to be unfairly counted against him.
The ropes were very loose. I went on the ropes, he fell into me, pushed me, the ref said break, and then it broke. I went through the ropes, they started counting. The second time, they took a point, and then still counted me out, but I don't understand why. Listen, it is what it is.
Derek, do you think that you should have won the fight?
Yeah. The last round, I won the last round. I don't understand. I don't know how you guys scored it.
Carl Frampton praised Derek Chisora's career and fighting spirit, while noting that Deontay Wilder looked sharper, more aggressive, and clearly improved, showing real progress despite the fight's sloppy moments.
Expected them to scorecard to be all over the place, which it kind of were, but you know, I feel for Derek. It would have been an ideal way to go out, a big win against Wilder, but it doesn't always end in the fairy tale that you want it. He should be proud of himself and proud of the career that he had, because he is an icon, and whether you like it or not, of the last 20, maybe 15 or 20 years, he's one of the biggest icons in the heavyweight game, so credit to him and everything he's done.
With Deontay, he wasn't the version of old Deontay Wilder, but did you see maybe an improvement?
Yeah, I've seen it, yeah, he wasn't as tentative when he was punching, he was trying to land the uppercut, he was being brave, he was being vicious in there too.
Joe Rogan said that Deontay Wilder did a great job, moved exceptionally well, and used his size and reach advantage effectively throughout the fight, proving his quality as a heavyweight.
7 pounds and lightning fast. For a guy that big, he moves so well.
Andreas Hale tweeted, "Say what you want about Deontay Wilder, and there's a lot to say, but American heavyweights in boxing were dead and buried until he came along and revived them." He then added, "Well, that was fun. I've always said that technically flawed fights are often the most exciting." Joe Rogan also said Wilder has a special talent and incredible power, making him one of the most dangerous heavyweights in boxing.
Boxing until he was 19. And Deontay Wilder won a bronze medal in the Olympic Games a year and a half after boxing. He's a special talent. Just insane power. But the difference in the level of understanding of where to be and where not to be, how to move, how to feint, and how to draw reactions and set traps, the difference is out of this world.
Rico Verhoeven reacted by saying that Deontay Wilder landed the cleaner and more effective shots throughout the contest, which is why he deserved the win over Derek Chisora in such a wild and closely fought heavyweight battle.
I didn't see everything, but for me, a couple of 8 counts were like, I didn't know about that, but
Yeah, like I said, it was entertaining to see.
We saw all sorts of fighters falling out of a ring, a point deduction.
Exactly.
It was chaotic.
It was chaotic. It went all ways, but I think the crowd was the winner tonight.
A split decision just for Deontay Wilder. If you had to score it, if you thought somebody had edged it.
I think it was close. I think maybe Wilder made them something like more cleaner shots, but I don't know. It just depends on what you look at.
Obviously, I know we spoke earlier and we mentioned potentially facing the winner of this. You've got business, like we said, with Usyk, but would you entertain?
Eddie Hearn sounded disappointed, saying the fight was not particularly exciting overall and that only 1 or 2 rounds truly stood out. However, he still acknowledged that Derek Chisora is never an easy opponent for anyone.
Enough from him tonight that maybe not the old version.
I thought he looked better. Listen, Chisora's not easy. Do you know what I mean? He's a tough man. He's not an easy guy to beat. Obviously, I wasn't impressed with Wilder, but I was more impressed than I thought. If that makes sense.
I know you're going to share it, but one more, obviously, just with Derek. You've promoted him, you've worked with him for a long time. The right time now for him to...
Eddie Hearn also argued that Deontay Wilder did not deserve the final rounds, noting that the referee was inconsistent, failing to count Wilder's stumbles while counting similar moments against Derek Chisora.
A man won. Close fight, but Del was amazing. Fought Wilder boxed well, to be fair. He was under a lot of pressure, took some good shots. I thought he started to get his confidence a little bit, because obviously his confidence has been lacking. And yeah, good fight.
Were you surprised at any of the cards?
Yeah, I didn't think Del Boy won it by 3 rounds. What was it, 115, 112? I thought he closed well, I thought he won the last round, but I didn't know that fight, that round when they both went down, was it? Did they both score a knockdown? Because I didn't see the ref count when Wilder went down. So,
yeah. Did you see Derek was pushed up by his corner, hoisted back up?
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit
like
mad. The whole
a
thing
9
was mad.
count.
I think the trainer come in the round. I mean, I don't know what was going on there, but yeah, listen, it was always going to be that kind of fight. Respect to both.
Stephen Espinoza wrote on Twitter, pointing out that Derek Chisora's corner helped him up off the ropes during round 8, another potentially disqualifiable offense, and criticized the corner's actions throughout the fight. He added, "This is nuts. The referee has zero control and has ignored multiple DQ-worthy offenses by Chisora's corner." Meanwhile, Dan Conabayo said that Deontay Wilder defeated Chisora in one of the sloppiest and most chaotic fights imaginable, describing it as a wild heavyweight battle that lacked clean technique, but remained entertaining and unpredictable across all the rounds.
You'll ever see. Both guys hit the canvas, both guys flew out of the ring. Referee was horrendous. Chisora landed these overhand rights, Wilder landed some chopping right hands. It was everything that it was hyped up to be. An absolute slop fest of epic proportions. Wilder went down one round and he slipped and they called it a knockdown. Chisora went down a few times, flew out of the ring multiple times. They were wrestling each other. A member of Chisora's team ran into the ring at one point. I don't want to see either of these guys fight again. Wilder probably will. Wilder can't beat anyone in the top 20 right now.
Fabio Wardley reacted to the Deontay Wilder versus Derek Chisora fight with excitement, calling it chaotic but entertaining. He noted the bout featured ups and downs, knockdowns for both fighters, and point deductions, yet still delivered the intensity fans expect. Fabio scored it relatively close, slightly favoring Wilder for cleaner work, but acknowledged that Chisora displayed moments of grit and determination. He expressed a hope that Chisora could leave the sport with a victory, but on a high note, tonight wasn't that night.
Ups and downs, it had its moments. It did have all of those pieces. So yeah, look, it was a good little scrap.
How did you actually see it? Because it was chaotic throughout. There's knockdowns, there's both important out the ring, the point deductions. How did you score it?
Yeah, that was really how I had it, chaotic. I had it relatively close. I probably was on similar to the judges, like relatively close, but I probably did have a Wilder in.
Fabio Wardley also observed improvements in Derek Chisora compared to his past performances, noting that despite previous defeats and questions about his stamina, he still showed energy and toughness, proving he could compete in the ring. This resilience reminded fans that fighters like Chisora can still bring action and excitement even later in their careers. When asked about the possibility of Chisora facing Deontay Wilder next, Fabio was open to it, noting that such a matchup would be highly entertaining. He emphasized that Wilder's power and aggression make him a dangerous opponent, but fans would surely enjoy seeing both warriors go to war again, showcasing the raw excitement and unpredictability that keep boxing thrilling.
From that Zangan Parker defeat?
Yeah, we did, actually. We did. And unexpectedly, in a sense, as well, because we thought off them defeats and then off his most recent win, still didn't look fantastic in that either. So it kind of raised some questions and question marks whether he kind of still had the, I don't necessarily mean love for it, but just had the energy for it, had it in the tank. But he proved he did, so...
Carl Frampton noted the wild nature of the fight and how it showcased Deontay Wilder's raw power and speed. He highlighted the moment Wilder left the ring and bumped into Anthony Joshua, suggesting potential mutual interest and respect between them. Frampton agrees that a Wilder versus AJ matchup makes sense, but emphasized timing, noting that AJ needs proper recovery after his recent fight. He suggested that AJ could take a tune-up fight before facing Wilder to assess his form and readiness. Regarding Chisora, Frampton hopes he considers retirement, citing his age, family, and larger life priorities, advocating for a sensible decision that allows him to leave the sport with pride.
Deontay left the ring and he bumped into AJ. He said to AJ, let's go. Is there an interest on that?
That fight makes sense to me. Like if people are asking who does AJ fight next, so who does Wilder fight next? The AJ fight makes sense, and I think it's AJ. I mean, we got to remember what just happened to AJ. You know what I mean? So let the guy recover properly. Maybe have a little fight back to just see what it's like, and then Wilder after that. I think sounds good.
1-1 call with Derek. Do you think that's it now? Do you think that's
should be? I hope it is. He's more important things in boxing, and he's got a young family. So I hope that it's a sense.
Teddy Atlas said both men are at a stage where retirement should be seriously considered, as age is clearly catching up and neither fighter appeared close to their best in such a chaotic contest. He also discussed the referee's role, pointing out that some calls and counts felt inconsistent, adding to the controversy surrounding the fight. At the same time, Atlas praised Deontay Wilder for the speed he displayed, noting that his hand speed and ability to unleash quick shots remain dangerous even at this stage of his career. He emphasized that Wilder's straight right and fast movement were key factors in helping him edge the fight despite the messy action.
Chisora's chin that good. Here's my thing. He's 42. He's got great heart. He's got a great chin, but he has been knocked out before. If this guy is that thunderbolt guy that we thought he was, and that he used to be, and that he was acclaimed to be, those right hands should have probably had more effect. So I am at a little bit of a loss to explain that the one thing in diminished fighters, older fighters, that usually stays, has not quite stayed the level that it usually does in this case. And again, case in point, that's part of why I played the over. I had recognized, I watched film. I watched 5 hours of film to do these things. And when I'm watching the film, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, wait a minute.
The boxing world reacted to the Deontay Wilder versus Derek Chisora fight with a mix of awe and concern. Observers noted that Wilder no longer showed the same killer instinct or devastating right-hand power that once defined him. His speed, accuracy, and punch force appeared diminished, leaving him a fairly basic fighter compared to his peak. Chisora, while not technically elite, remained dangerous with enough skill and aggression to stay relevant in the heavyweight top tier.
Both guys should probably retire.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you said it earlier, but there isn't the same snap or power anymore. I've seen some of the comments. Joe Polka said the same thing. No snap no more on that right hand. But you nailed this one. You said you're not laying 2-1 on Chisora at this stage in his career.
No, even though I liked him, I just like him. I don't mean to win or lose.
And most people thought this fight was not going to go too many rounds. There would be a knockout one way or the other. You favored the over. We gave out the over. You nailed this one. And we'll move it on to next week's over at the Ropes, guys. We got 3 picks coming for next week.
Yeah, we do. We got.
From the opening bell, Deontay Wilder made noticeable mistakes, giving up height and spreading his feet wide, which allowed Derek Chisora to bull rush him effectively. Chisora targeted Wilder's body early, forcing him into uncomfortable clinches and unusual defensive maneuvers. The fight quickly descended into chaos, with both fighters ending up on the ropes multiple times, nearly turning into a Royal Rumble-style scramble. fans agreed it was wild, messy, and unpredictable. A thrilling spectacle, though far from a technical showcase, keeping everyone on edge throughout the rounds.
Instinct, and he hasn't appeared to have the same level of force and power in that right hand. So the things that made Wilder good, it certainly wasn't technical ability, far from it. It was punching power and speed and accuracy, all of which he doesn't really show anymore. So now you've got a fairly basic fighter in front of you. And yeah, Chisora is not exactly Pernell Whitaker and Floyd Mayweather, you know, he's not Alexander Usyk, you know, technically or anything like that, but he has enough about him that he's still relevant, so to speak, certainly in the upper echelons of the heavyweight division. So I was like, right, he'll probably win this fight, but he weighed in 266, it was heavy, he looked fleshy, but again, I still thought this would be enough. But from early on, Wilder was making mistakes. I mean, it wasn't.
Deontay Wilder showed once again that he is ready to go to war, bringing the intensity and courage that boxing fans crave. Exactly why the UK crowd loves him. Both Wilder and Derek Chisora never hold back, giving everything in the ring. Every punch and exchange demonstrates full effort, and the fans feel every moment. Wilder's performance reminded everyone why he remains one of the most thrilling fighters in the division.
Killer instinct was going to reappear because I believe the killer instinct has left Deontay Wilder, but that Deontay Wilder, the Stavern Deontay Wilder, the Deontay Wilder of old, it is back, and it's going to make the heavyweight division even more interesting. I don't give a damn what anybody say. I don't care if you hate Deontay Wilder because the excuses that he had, because of the race baiting, because whatever. At the end of the day, if you a fight fan, you value Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's going to punch. Deontay Wilder's going to show power. Deontay Wilder's going to brawl. Deontay Wilder's going to go to war. And that's what we need in the sport of boxing. And that's the reason why the UK, shout out to one of the best fans out there, the UK loves about Derek Chisora. Because there's one thing about both of these guys. They do not rob us from effort. They do not rob us from effort.
Derek Chisora, meanwhile, delivered a fight that felt like a true war. Even though many expected this to be his last bout, his determination and heart make it hard to imagine him walking away. He still has the mentality of a fighter who refuses to be defeated, which is why some fans hope he continues. At 42, he has a family and the option to retire safely, but his relentless style keeps boxing fans wanting more. Wilder's next challenge seems obvious. Seeing Anthony Joshua in the front row makes a matchup feel natural, and fans are excited at the prospect of a showdown. Wilder continues to prove he belongs in the spotlight, delivering war after war inside the ring.
Because I'm gonna tell you like this, and I said this on my Twitter feed. If you follow me on Twitter, X formerly known as Twitter, you already know it's Punch Run Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. I said the most mind-effery decision in boxing is draws, split decision victories. You know why? Because it doesn't make you feel like you lost. So maybe Derek Chisora just can't go and just retire thinking that he still got it. Thinking that, nah, I had that fight. No, I can't, nah. See, with a guy like Derek Chisora, like a guy like Manny Pacquiao, guys like that type of mentality, war mentality, you gotta knock him out into retirement. I don't think Derek Chisora